Borussia Dortmund. Jurgen Klopp's men were once again a Bundesliga force to be reckoned with last season. The Signal Iduna Park remains a football temple unlike any other in Europe, packing in an average crowd of almost 80,000 for the team's 17 home games in 2013-14. Marco Reus was voted Germany's Player of the Season, with the Bundesliga's top scorer Robert Lewandowski hot on his heels. But the Polish marksman will be turning out for Bayern Munich from now on. Dortmund's first opponents this season are Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer have qualified for Europe for the 5th year running. That's down in no small part to their power going forward. Their strikers bagged 35 goals between them last season, more than any other team in the league. Leverkusen don't have a particularly great record at Dortmund, who've won 20 of the 38 league meetings here. But last season, Bayer did depart with all 3 points in the bag. Borussia Mönchengladbach are one of the strongest home sides in the league. Last season was their most productive in 30 years at the Borussia Park. Marc-Andre ter Stegen was a formidable presence between the posts, but the young keeper has now departed for Barcelona. At any rate, the Foals are back in Europe again this season, thanks in no small part to Lucien Favre, the Swiss coach who's overseen their return to the upper echelons of the German game. The Matchday 1 visitors to Gladbach are Stuttgart. It was a case of better late than never for Stuttgart last season. A haul of 12 points from 10 games under Hub Stevens was eventually enough to steer them clear of relegation. An upbeat end to a disappointing campaign. Now the Southwest's biggest club are ready to make a fresh start under Armin Fee, who led them to the title in 2007. Gladbach and Stuttgart have shared the spoils 17 times at the Borussia Park, most recently in a 1-1 draw in April. Hoffenheim earned 44 points last season, their second highest tally in the Bundesliga. Despite their 9th place finish, they were the 3rd most dangerous team, scoring 72 goals, but they also conceded 70. Attack is very evidently the best form of defence for Marcus Gisdol's all-action troops. For starters, Hoffenheim are up against Augsburg, the #1 surprise package of last season. From start to finish, the Bavarian Swabians enjoyed the best campaign of their admittedly still young Bundesliga history. Germany's professionals voted Markus Weinzierl coach of the season, and his team's result of the season brought Bayern Munich's record unbeaten run to an end. There was nothing to be had at Hoffenheim though, as the hosts ran out 2-0 winners. Hannover finished an at times difficult campaign in 10th place. Under new coach Tayfun Korkut, they started into 2014 with their first away win of the season, 3-1 at regional rivals Wolfsburg. There were more setbacks in store, but with skipper Lars Stindl leading by example, the 96ers gradually pulled away from the bottom, staving off the threat of relegation with something to spare. Hannover are at home to Schalke. Schalke hit a tremendous vein of form after the winter break, good enough to leave them 3rd in the standings come the finish and in the group stages of the Champions League again. Coach Jens Keller gave more fresh prospects like Max Meyer their big break, and Julian Draxler became the youngest player to hit 100 Bundesliga appearances. Hannover won this one last time out, Szabolcs Huszti scoring the opener from the spot after Benedikt Hövedes saw red. Hertha Berlin finished the season in 11th after having made a barnstorming start to life back in the Bundesliga. Adrian Ramos was in fine scoring form, netting 16 of their 40 league goals. Now though, the Colombian forward has swapped Berlin for Dortmund, and Hertha will have to adjust. First visitors to the capital are Werder Bremen. Year 1 of the post-Thomas Schaaf era ended with Bremen a couple of notches further up the table, in 12th. In a difficult crossover campaign, 10 clean sheets bore testimony to a solid defensive foundation, something for head coach Robin Dutt to build on in his 2nd season in charge. On their last trip to Berlin, Werder squandered a 2-goal lead as the hosts eventually ran out 3-2 winners with Ramos on target once again. Eintracht Frankfurt. Having qualified for Europe, Armin Fee's Frankfurt found themselves plagued by injuries and unable to reproduce their fine form of the previous season. Now Thomas Schaaf is the man in the coaching hot seat. Eintracht's Kevin Trapp kept out more clear-cut scoring opportunities than any other Bundesliga keeper. The team's goal of the season, meanwhile, came courtesy of a central defender, Alexander Madlung. Eintracht Frankfurt's Matchday 1 guests are Freiburg, another side who struggled after a great season. Freiburg dropped from 5th in 2013 to 14th last time around. Christian Streich squeezed everything he could out of a much-changed team, and Germany coach Joachim Löw was so impressed by Matthias Ginter that he took the 20-year-old centre-back to the World Cup finals. The last game between the sides in Frankfurt ending in a 4-1 win for Freiburg. Cologne. A lot of people are happy to see Cologne back in the Bundesliga. The three-time German champions wrapped up the Bundesliga 2 title in style to return to the top flight after a 2-year absence. And under head coach Peter Stöger, they have the look of a side capable of aspiring to more than mere survival. First up for them is a home meeting with Hamburg. Hamburg survived a desperately topsy-turvy campaign to stay afloat by the skin of their teeth. 27 regular season points and 2 draws against Greuther Fürth in the playoff were enough to maintain the Red Shorts' status as the top flight's only ever-present club. SC Paderborn. The Bundesliga can welcome another debutant. Victory over Aalen on the penultimate matchday sealed an unlikely promotion for SC Paderborn. And having brought the modest North Rhine-Westphalian outfit this far, young head coach Andre Breitenreiter will be doing his level best to keep them there. Paderborn's first top-flight assignment pits them against Mainz. A 7th-place finish adds up to a great season for Mainz and a tilt at the qualifying rounds of the Europa League. 9 clean sheets at home was a division best mark, and 15-goal top scorer Shinji Okazaki set a new single-season record for a Japanese player. Mainz go into the campaign with a new coach, Kasper Hjulmand, succeeding Thomas Tuchel. The sides have only met twice before in the second division in 2007-2008, with Mainz winning one game and the other ending all square.